Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to another episode of GameCorp. This is the one and only gaming podcast that you will ever need. I am your host once again. My name is Matt Hedrick, and here with me is the one, the only, Mr. Chad Porto. How are you, sir?
I've been going to bed at 10 the last 3 days, so you have no idea how much caffeine is in my blood system right now. I'm not saying it's
10 o'clock.
vibrating me. Yeah, I'm not saying it's vibrating through my skull yet. I'm just saying I have a new hole in my head and I don't know how it got there.
Well, if you got holes, I'm not looking to fill them, that's for sure.
You think I'd let you fill my holes? Who do you think you are?
Only with sadness and depression.
The only man who I'll ever let fill my holes. I really don't have a celebrity crush that's a man, so I don't have one. Sorry.
I would have said Keanu, but that would have been too weird.
No, Keanu's more like my dude. Like he's my bro. I'll go with Brandon Routh, but only if he brings his wife. Like,
Because that's the hole you actually want to fill.
But like, I'd be like, all right, 1-to-1 trade, fair. I mean, if I gotta do something with a dude, I'd rather be with Superman. I'm at least gonna keep my fucking standards high.
You won't even make it.
So we're reviewing Dracula X, not the better version, Rondo of Blood. No, Castlevania X, with music that makes it sound like Castlevania Triple X. I was super not expecting any of that. I played
Not expecting the porno music.
No, I was not. I played Rondo of Blood. Rondo of Blood's not bad. Dracula X isn't bad. It's just not as good as Rondo of Blood. And I feel like it's yeah. I love Back to the Future. But you're giving me Back to the Future too, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not as good. Do you want?
I mean, there's only like. Okay.
Do you want to know why people like Back to the Future 2 so much, even though it's a trash film?
Why is that?
Because the fucking hoverboard scene. Like, that's it. That's the only reason anyone ever likes that movie. It's literally the first movie, only done again.
Is the first one like your absolute favorite, or?
Oh yeah, this is fucking fantastical time. Love the third one too. Wild West, Michael J. Fox's Clint Eastwood. Then you got fucking ZZ Top in there. What? Yeah, I'm in. It's fucking awesome.
Who doesn't love a fucking time traveling train too, right?
Right? Fuck yeah.
Fucking badass.
Like the only negative is like there's no hotties in that movie besides like Michael J. Fox. Like Jennifer's in it for like 5 minutes at the end. The DeLorean gets smashed to shit though. That was a cool scene. I love that.
That's
scene.
fucking crazy, man.
Right? That fucking train conductor's like, the fuck? Where did that goddamn DeLorean come from? Didn't they just go out of goddamn business? You coked up drug running fucks.
Well, if they did, I got rid of them now.
Right? Like, Jesus. The second one fails in comparison as well because besides the fact it's basically just a retread of the first film from a different perspective, they couldn't bring back Crispin Glover to play George McFly. So they found like a wannabe lookalike, and I'm like, why don't you just fucking spit in my face, movie? Like, what the fuck?
Just kind of pulls away the authenticity of like him in the first one, you know?
I don't know if authenticity is the right word. It's just y'all hemmed and hawed over like $100,000. You fucks. How dare you? He's Crispin goddamn.
Seems so petty.
Right? It's so petty. It's Tom Petty. He's free falling in this motherfucker.
Speaking, it broke your heart too.
Speaking of heartbreaker, let's talk about Dracula X. We're playing, talking Super Nintendo version, not the Rondo of Blood version. So, thanks to Nintendo Complete, because we're stealing your footage. It's just the way it is. Oh, by the by, we're on Spotify now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like everyone's like, oh, we must be doing
Upgrading.
so. Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone's saying, and I'm just like, no. Podbean just has an easy attachment to get us on Spotify that I never looked into before. We still
don't have an audience. We just keep reaching.
we still cater to the same 400 people that keep listening to our various shows combined throughout the week on various platforms. I'm just saying. Now we have 410. So if you want to listen to us on Spotify,
We're at the bottom
just,
rung. We just climbed up a little bit.
basically. You know, if you wanted to put in a little bit more work, I would just have you dispatch the shows onto YouTube in segments, but I don't want to do that myself, so I'm just like, fuck it. We'll keep the long form. Christ.
I don't know if I should appreciate that or be insulted. I'm not sure.
Both, I guess? I don't fucking know. I just don't have the desire to edit more shit on top of the shit I already have to do. One of you fuckers needs to step up and do something.
I've never edited before, so if I did it, it would be a horrible mess.
It's fucking Twitch. You just go, I want to start it here, I want to end it there, clip it, export it,
That's fair.
post it. Real fucking simple, but I digress. So, this is the second Castlevania game on the SNES.
Yes.
It looks a little bit better, graphically speaking, than Castlevania 4 Super Castlevania, aka the remake of Castlevania 1. So that's definitely appreciative. Here's where I'm going to have a problem with this game. Part of our rule of thumb is that we compare games off of the technology at hand and how it does against other games on the console. As this is an SNES game, we compare it to other SNES games. I think, you know, despite the fact, who the fuck is this? Richter Belmont? Richter?
Yeah, I think that's Richter, yeah.
Frack Belmont. He looks a lot better than Simon Belmont from the previous game, Super Castlevania 4. But here's the problem. We also have a better graphical version of this game as Rondo of Blood. So I really don't know how I would want to compare it. And it's not like it's a dramatically better graphical game. But it definitely does have, in my opinion at least, a bit of a more vibrant graphical output. But I think I'm going to go with the standard, comparing it to the SNES and its other games. And for the most part, with the exception of that rotating tunnel in Super Castlevania 4, I think most of these levels are better looking than most of the levels in Super Castlevania 4. So I can't not give it a 5. Because I'm pretty sure that's what we give Super Castlevania 5. It was a pretty strong game. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this game, like in the visual sense, as far as like level design goes. It's well executed. It's well done. I would have to say that the only I mean, it's hard to make a comparison between this and Rondo of Blood, like saying which one is like really better in terms of visuals. I would say Rondo of Blood is more flat, like flashy, has a little bit more style to it with what it does. But this one's certainly feasible with what it has to offer, and it came at the tail end of the Super Nintendo's like releases. As far as I know, it's like 95 or something.
Yeah, this game shouldn't actually exist, and the only reason it does is because it came out in '93 as Rondo of Blood. Like if it wasn't for that one factoid, I don't think it would have ever made it to this fucking console.
Wasn't it? I mean, supposedly this is supposed to be the like prequel, or like this was supposed to be right before Symphony of the Night, right?
Yes.
Okay. I always thought that I mean that does make sense considering what you're seeing. You know, when you see the first scene of Symphony of the Night, that's what I always think of. I'm like, that's what another thing that made me curious of always wanting to play this because I've never had before. I played most other games, I just never did this one. So I want to give it an honest try. But I say it looks great. I don't have personally any issues with it. So yeah, I can't really strike points down. I'm gonna have to go 5.
Well, we gave Castlevania 4 a 4, so I think that's fair. Because I definitely think that it was a step up graphically for the console. So I want to say this real fast. Next Generation, who I've talk about an old magazine. They gave it 1 out of 5 stars. EGM gave it 6.5 out of 10. I'm only looking at PSP. I'm only looking at Super Nintendo scores because like the PSP gave it like 4, a B plus, a 7 out of 10, a 391 out of 400 by Game Fan. Oh, that was for Rondo of Blood. That's way too high of a score. Just why? Stick to 10s, bro. The Virtual Console gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, they tried to be clever with 100 numbers.
And a Virtual Console from Nintendo Life gave it, I guess, 9 out of 10 stars. Again, too many stars. So the Super Nintendo version is dramatically looked down upon. I don't know why. Gameplay-wise, you know, most of these games are kind of bonk, but I know sound-wise, it's not good. It sounds like someone wanted to try to turn Castlevania's music into Mega Man, but got super high on coke and got his favorite porn scene stuck in his head and just wrote music for that. But, like, the porn scene featured Mega Man fucking Roll.
Oh, man.
So
okay.
It's like super twisted. That's what this music sounds like. So I'm going to give it a 2. Because what the flying fuckaroni. When I ordered my pizza,
it's not
I didn't order the fuckaroni.
Who would want that anyway?
Right?
It's just gross.
Sexy pepperoni.
No, I wouldn't.
Comes with pink things.
Oh my god. All I could think of is those portals where they would make like put the dick through the pizza box.
Never seen that one before.
That's all I think
okay.
of.
Matt watches some weird shit.
No, I actually heard it. I can't remember who did it as a joke as a stand-up. Somebody made a reference to it though. That's the only reason I know that. But no, this is not good. Not good at all. Like there's one stage in particular I got to. Did you get all the way? Like you said, you didn't get all the way through the game. How like far did you actually go?
5th stage, 6th stage.
Okay, it was at stage 4 where the music got like completely strange to me. Like, because I don't know if stage 4. See, I encountered a problem. Like, I had some kind of glitch or something happen in stage 3 where I got just warped to stage 4. And the music in that stage is just god awful. Like I damn near wanted to turn the mute button on just how bad it was. It was so cringeworthy. It was in a cave or something. They don't know what to do with this soundtrack. So yeah, I can't. This isn't average. This is below average for me. So, man, I might actually go 1. Actually, I might go lower than you because I really didn't like it that much.
Gameplay. It's Castlevania in the early 90s.
Like, what more do you need to know?
Right? Like, what were you expecting, bro? I will say this. The one thing that I definitely noticed, at least... So, like, one of the things I should probably do is play this, Super Castlevania 4, and Rondo of Blood back to back to back. Because I felt like I had a little bit easier of a time on the platforming. I don't know if you felt the same.
Like, easier in this one, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, like I don't know. I always found the platforming controls in Castlevania games to be a little bit like, how do I say this? They're not floaty. They're like the
Dickish.
mechanic of moving him is actually like very rigid movement. You have to be very precise with a jump. Like it's not forgiving at all.
AKA dickish.
Dick.
I'm gonna give
So
it
you
a
felt
3.
this was like the easiest then?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think so. Like I said, like, it's been like 2 years since we talked about Castlevania 4.
hmm.
Let me double check that 2 year statement. When did we review you? Wow, almost 2 years to the day, March 2018.
Hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah, right on the money. Damn.
Look at that. 2 years and 2 months. So yeah, I didn't have a problem with the platforming, and I don't think the villains were really all that difficult, which I don't mind. You know, I'm not a Bloodborne Death Souls guy. Like I'm good. Mega Death Souls, Mega Death, Soul Death guy. I'm good. Crush them, you know, whatever. La Toute de Mort. Now I'm just naming Megadeth songs. Fuck off. I'll give it a 3. It was fine. I certainly wasn't throwing my remote control at anything.
So you say this is just essentially just par for the course. There's just like it just kind of sits perfectly in the middle of like most Castlevania games.
Well, yeah, and here here's 2 reasons why. Symphony of the Night is a perfect game. Literally, we graded it 5 out of 5 in every category. Super Castlevania 4 introduced the rotating whip, the rotating cool whip, where you can jostle it around and go cool whip. That was cool. Whip. This game doesn't do that. This game's not a cool whip. So it's kind of lame. And when you have a game that comes out after a game and has less things in it, that's going to hurt your score. So 3.
It's also disappointing and just unfortunate that you don't try to do anything new with a new release. That like you have an opportunity there to capitalize on something before you move on to the next system where your newer game's going to come out, and you're just not doing much to help. So yeah, it hurts it for me too, honestly. But it's not bad by any means. So I would go 3.
It's certainly better than a lot of these trash bag games. Fun factor. I mean, I love these games. You know me. I'm a big fan of the spooky ookies. I even already have a Halloween stream on my Spotify. I'm adding songs to it as I go. It's going to be awesome. And yes, Werewolf in London's already on it. Bow, 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 bow. Saw a werewolf in a Chinese restaurant in East London. Bow, 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 bow. Anyway, the fun factor, I played better. I played worse. I'll give it a 3. I was thinking maybe 4, but I'll give it a 3. It's certainly not trash, but I've definitely enjoyed other games more.
Yeah, it's certain for a game in the platforming genre, and even the Castlevania series, it's not bad. It's enjoyable. I mean, everything here works on a fundamental level. Nothing about it's particularly like bad or anything. It's just I don't think there's anything special, anything that makes me go, "Oh man, I just have to play this again."
Kind of like how I
Once
feel about you.
But yet you're just repeating insanity at this point because every week you're just with me again and again and again.
That's
You're
only
torturing
because
yourself there, my friend.
that's only because whenever I cancel the taping, you act like a little child. Whatever. Dick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm still a kid at heart. I can't help that.
You're a dick at heart. Dick at night.
I mean, you're a dick at life, so what's the difference?
You're Dick Van Dyke.
So, some my score on it is probably going to be the same, probably a 3.
Like I said, dick. Um, is this a challenging game? I guess it is, because it is a Castlevania game. So there's always an element to that. But do you feel good when you beat it? Because that's what a challenge is. Is it rewarding? Well, I'll say that I certainly didn't have any problems putting it down. So I beat Rondo.
Not usually a good sign.
Beating Rondo of Blood. Love Rondo of Blood. Good game. Not the greatest game, but a good game. Super fucking love Symphony of the Night. They don't have the awesome voice acting. If the awesome voice acting was in this game, like it was in Symphony of the Night, hell yeah. What is a man? Nothing but a miserable pile of bones. How about thee? Yeah. Fuck yeah. 5. You don't get that here, though. At least that I'm aware of.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to give it a 3.
Mm-mm.
It's pretty fucking average.
I just feel like this game is like just the middle child that no one cares about in the Castlevania family. I don't know how you feel.
It's not even the middle child. It's the middle child of the third set of twins. No, wait. It's the middle child of the third set of triplets.
Oh shit! As low as you could go.
It is
Damn.
literally, the first set of triplets were born, in year 1. The second set of triplets were born in year 2, and the third set were born in year 3. But this is the middle child of the middle set of triplets. You literally cannot be any more middle ground than this game.
Holy shit!
Yup.
It just disappears and just nobody gives a shit.
Not even the youngest or oldest in his own triplet bracket.
Yeah, I don't know. This game to me, I don't know if is being forgettable a big factor in this category, you think?
No, because, if we forget it, that means it wasn't overly good or overly bad. It was just there.
Okay. Still though, yeah, there's nothing remotely like I don't honestly think it was worth it for me. Like not bad or anything, but just not worth it. Like so it's got to be a 3. It's hard to judge it anything other than average, honestly.
This is a very average game. And it will reflect a very average score. You got a 15.5 for 62%. So it's still enjoyable. It still has merit to be played. Because in our grading system, if it's a 60 or higher, it's worth being played. It's just not worth going out to buy like some special fucking edition for. Like you've peaked at this point. Like this is the most it'll ever be. Emulate it, buy it for the cheap.
Just go play Rondo of Blood instead, actually. Honestly.
If you can find it, sure. But I don't know if you can find it. So, there you go. Breaks my heart to do that to a Castlevania game.
I know, right? Like that's your series, man. That's like your favorite series in all games, as far as I know.
Well, no, Metal Gear Solid is. I just pretend that the last 2 games didn't happen. Snake eater. Metal Gear Solid 5 doesn't exist. There are people who like that game, and it flabbergasts me to no end. Really? You like Metal Gear Solid 5? What? You like the fact that you're playing as some schmuck who's not even Big Boss? What? You like the fact that your fucking third of the game isn't even done? What, you like the fact that you had one of the coolest looking villains of all time in Skullface, and he doesn't do jack shit the entire game except die in the Sahelanthropus, which is also both the worst and best name for Metal Gear Solid of all time. What, you like the fact that you fucking do the same 2 missions 1,000 different times in the goddamn game? You're fucking wastes of space. I fucking hate that 5th game.
I felt like there was a punch like coming, but I think it's just you wanting the vent at that point.
That game pisses me off. Because it could have been amazing. Instead,
You're not
Kojima...
bitter though or anything.
Oh no, I'm super fucking bitter. Like, so I always try to keep perspective, right? Like, I'm never gonna send death threats to somebody. I'm never gonna tell someone to go kill themselves. I'm never gonna tell someone like you're the worst thing that ever happened since the invention of pineapple on pizza. But legitimately, if I ever meet Hideo Kojima, I'm smacking him. I'm slapping the taste out of his fucking mouth. That's not hyperbole. That's like a misdemeanor right there that I'm willing to commit because I hate Metal Gear Solid 5 so goddamn much. And it's not even because it's a bad game. It's a boring game. It's a boring game that didn't even make me want to finish it. It's a boring, unfinished mess that he just wanted to fucking hemorrhage money with. He got rid of David Hayter. He fucking conned the fans again. He thinks he's so goddamn smart and he can't even finish a goddamn game under budget.
It's gotta sting quite a bit being as big of a fan as you are of it too. Like that you were connected to that series for such a long time and to be let down by the latest entry, man, that's just gotta hurt.
What's the best way to describe this for you heathens? I'm going to steal a line from an Alanis Morissette song. Okay. But I'm going to flip it to make it sense. It's like meeting the girl of your dreams and then meeting her wonderful husband.
Ugh. Oh, man.
That's what Metal Gear Solid 5 is. A game full of opportunity and potential that will never be realized. Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ. Here, we're gonna.
Damn, that's as low as you go, man. Jesus.
We're gonna do this again. So let's go through all the cool things about the Metal Gear Solid franchise. So one, badass hero, right? Whether you're Solid Snake, Big Boss, or even Raiden, you're a goddamn fucking badass. Is this Snake a badass? No, he's fucking mute most of the game. Bring in goddamn Kiefer Sutherland and you don't even give him any great lines. Fucking Christ. Secondly, the story. Stories are always tits, right? Just fucking tits. Is this story tits? No. You're just some fucking slub of a goddamn underling who's pretending to be Big Boss because Big Boss is a giant pussy, apparently. Great, we're a way to kill the mythos. Cool locations, fucking Alaskan underground base, fucking somewhere in the goddamn ocean, big shell. Then you're in the fucking Soviet goddamn Russian woods, and then you're all over the world in 4. Where are you at in 5? Where are you at? Fucking desert. Then you're in a fucking swamp. Oh, cool. That's fun, I guess. Cunts. Cool side characters, right? Oh, well, you got Whisper, or whatever her name is. She's cool. Silent, Quiet, that's her name. You got Quiet, she's cool. She doesn't say anything. She's sexy. Has to be out in the sun to absorb stuff because boobs. All right. Who else you got? Ocelot. All right. I don't think anyone would actually say he's a cool character. He's just kind of there. Who else you got? Master Miller. No one really wanted to see him anyway, so sure, I guess. You got Otacon's grandfather or father because you can't escape him no matter what fucking year we're in. He's just always there. It's like the goddamn time paradox. What else we got? Super villains. Cool villains. Great villains. Fucking Vulcan Raven, Sniper Wolf, Fortune Vamp. Sweet. Even Vulcan's pretty goddamn cool. Just always says cool bar, cool bar. What a fucking badass. What do we get in this game? Bunch of randos. Oh, you get Fire Vulcan, but you don't know he's Vulcan because he has no backstory because he's just kind of there. All right, who else you got? You got fucking Skullface. So who else you got? Baby Psycho Mantis. Wait, we got to see a baby Psycho Mantis? Yep, and you also get a baby Liquid. Well, I don't want a fucking baby Liquid. What is this, fucking baby Metal Gear Solid? Baby Metal Gear Solid, we're coming there for you. No one wants to fucking see that. Fucking get baby Solid Snake up in this bitch and baby Raiden. Raiden's already a goddamn.
Did you just fucking Muppet Babies Metal Gear
did.
Solid? Did you just fucking do that?
Fucking Raiden's already a goddamn baby. So now we're babying baby Raiden. Like, what the fuck? It's fucking redundant. So cool boss fights? Nope, none. Like Quiet's is all right, but it's just a retread of fucking the end from the third one, and I would say Quiet's is better than Sniper Wolves, but still not the point. Then the missions, why are we through that? The fucking missions are bullshit. You have like 3 that are any good. Oh, but you get to hang out with a dog. All right, that's pretty cool, but like, fuck off. Like, that's it. Like, you get a dog sidekick. That's your peakness in this game.
I feel like you should start a therapy group with other people who feel bitter about this game. I think that's the only way it's gonna help.
I'm apparently the only one who feels that way.
Really?
I'm
sure there's got to be some people, man. There's got to be some.
It upsets me to no end. 5 was such a goddamn waste of space. We're doing useless news now. Just going into it. Just
no flair, no nothing. Just dive in.
No flair this week. It's Chetcha Betcha.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Let's go.
I'm Chetcha Betcha on sports, and he's Hadju Medrick of the Hebrew Foundation. L'chaim. I know other Jewish words. I just don't know. Hang on. L'chaim. Mensch. He's a real mensch on a bench. Locks. He likes his locks, which I think is fish. I think.
Is Mazel Tov one?
Yep, that's a Jewish one. That's congratulations or celebration, I think. Dreidel. Dreidel's a thing. Sabbath. Think Yahweh is Jewish for God. I'm just thinking of a line from Community. Have you ever seen Community? Have I shown you Community yet?
I've seen a few episodes, but I've never seen anything past like the first few of the first season, so I don't know much about it.
So Chevy Chase plays Pierce Hawthorne, and he's super fucking offensive to everyone. And then you have Shirley Bennett, played by Yvette Nicole Brown, and she's super Christian. So they're both kind of the most bigoted people in the group, but like for different reasons. And Annie Edison is Jewish. She's played by Alison Brie. And I think it's like the first season where I think it was like the Christmas episode. And Shirley's like, well, Annie, you can bring something from your Jew faith. And then Chevy Chase says something to the effect like, what do Jews have? Or something Jew. And then Annie's like, say the whole word, because she's asking them to say Jewish. So Chevy Chase goes, Jewy.
He just can't get there, God.
The best part is, like, for 3 seasons, Pierce calls everything gay as an insult. Despite the fact that everyone knows that shouldn't be the case. But in the season 3 finale, Rod Corddry is guest starring as one of Joel McHale's former law colleagues. And he's like, man, this place has turned you so gay, Winger. And Chevy Chase, who's been a bigot for 3 seasons, turns around and goes, hey, don't use gay as a derogatory term to insult things. And everyone's just like, Pierce? What? Pierce? Yeah.
What the hell happened to you, man?
Right? Like, Pierce fucking for the win. The best line in the entire fucking show, though, is a Pierce line. he's always kind of just like this borderline. He's not a bigot. He's just super doesn't care, right? Like he's not gonna like throw you out with the bathwater if you're not Episcopalian and whatnot. But the best line was in season 1. It was when they were doing their independent study for yachting.
Oh man, I think I actually remember that one.
And Pierce gets knocked off the boat by accident, and the boat's in the middle of the fucking parking lot. And the ship's captain is one of the more cruel gangster guys from The Patriot. Remember that movie with Mel Gibson?
I do remember that, yes.
Remember the dude who shoots himself in the head because his wife and child gets murdered by the Brits?
Yeah, I do.
He's the captain of the boat. And
that's weird.
So Chevy Chase falls into the quote-unquote water, a.k.a. the parking lot. And he gets left behind, so to speak, even though no one's moving. And Chevy Chase goes and builds his own boat. And he has a conversation with Jeff about, not caring about how other people view him or judge him. And as Chevy Chase is going back to the boat in his now little canoe with wheels, Jeff says to him, good luck. And Chevy Chase replies with, don't need it. Never had it. And I'm just like, that's fucking baller. Like, that's one of those, like, you're facing down the Queen Alien and somebody goes, good luck. And you just reply, don't need it. Never had it. Right? Like, it's so good. It's such a good line.
That takes some balls to say that, man. That's awesome.
Oh, it's so good. I rewatched the entire series. I'm on the final season, actually, right now. There's not really a bad episode. Well, there's one, but it's actually not like so. We'll get back to the news here in a second. Dan Harmon, he's one of the co-creators or like producers on Rick and Morty. He created Community, and after season 3, he got let go by NBC because he's, I guess, hard to work with. But when he got brought back for season 5, and he claimed that in the context of the show that there was a quote unquote gas leak in season 4, the year that he wasn't there. And going back and rewatching season 4, that's some of the better episodes. I'm not saying Dan Harmon and his creative prowess, should have left the show forever. But I think the people that they had stand in for him creatively did a great job. I thought season 4 was a strong season. Maybe it's the worst, but season 5 is not great comparatively. But 4 and 5 both have their strengths, and 6 is really good. I like 6. But that's just me. Anyway, so the whole Matt Hedrick on stuff.
The best intro of all time. Just
Hell
fucking force that shit right up your ass. Yes.
Whoa. No. Pull it back some. It's more like just kind of like asking for a cheeseburger and then getting a hamburger. Like, all right, we'll take it.
Gotta at least get some ketchup, though, right?
Well, I mean, if you want, but like, I ordered cheese on this motherfucker and I didn't get it, and that's all I'm saying. It's fine. It's all terrible. It doesn't matter.
It's terrible.
So Manchester United sues football manager makers over use of name.
Yeah, it's the fact that the thing about this is that the team has had their name used in these games for many years now, and just all of a sudden now they're just using their name and they're suing over the usage of it for some reason, and I don't know, I just find it stupid.
Is other actual teams being used in this game?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, this thing is supposed to be accurate towards most of the teams that would be playing. So, because it's supposed to be one of those like simulation type of things, to my knowledge. So I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, here's what's going to end up happening if this is like a computer simulator game, and not just like an EA soccer game. But if this is like a computer simulator game, all you're going to do is just have fucking bland-ass, regular-ass names like the Englanders, and then make it an option for the users of the game to create and use their own teams and then just do a community upload of, current players and teams and logos through a fan community and do it that way. So they're still going to get fucked. I don't know why Manchester cares, but hey, it's fucking soccer, so that's about as much time as I want to give this story.
Soccer's not one of your ideal sports there, huh?
Soccer's barely a sport. My definition of a sport is very simple. It must be a physical athletic prowess situation, like a physical athletic competition that has to be ended through some type of personal declaration of victory. AKA, you can't win because someone grades you on it. Now, you can be graded on it, but still have the ability to have a definitive outcome, AKA like mixed martial arts. Yes, you get graded on your performance. But you can also be like, fuck that, I'm going to knock this dude out. Because if you knock that dude out, it doesn't matter what the grade is. He knocked out, you win. But, like, there's no grade for a fucking triple, double axle something or other. Like, you can't knock someone out with that. Like, there's no, like, way, if you hit, like, a double swanton off the fucking handlebars and gymnastic things, you automatically win. No. That's it's a competition. It's not a sport. It's just how I feel. It's more akin to a dance competition at that point. Again, I can't do that shit in a dance competition. I can't do cheerleading. I can't do ballet. I'm not gonna say ballet is a sport though. It's super fucking hard. You need to be an athlete. I don't think it's a sport. Saying ballet is a sport is like saying fucking video games is a sport. Bitch, no, it ain't. And soccer barely qualifies to be a sport.
Do you ever feel like soccer just drags itself out too long? Like the games are just spread out over too much time?
You know what would make soccer better? Throw like 30 balls on the field at once.
Now that I would always pay to watch. That'd be awesome.
Right? Or like turn everyone into like a robot master.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Let's have like, well, wasn't there like a little battle arena thing with like robots or something that like
Yes,
it was on TV? I forgot the name of that show.
You mean Mega Man Soccer?
Wasn't there a TV show though called like BattleBots or something? Am I thinking that wrong?
Probably. I can't confirm nor deny. I'm just going off a track record. Yeah, probably.
You just have to have a soccer version of that now.
Super Fighting Soccer, Mega Man. So League of Legends is dead. Yeah.
I like how you wrote that big bold letters. Dead. It is dead.
When the League of Legends Championship Series Summer Split kicks off, why such a name? Couldn't you just go League of Legends Summer Series?
No, we have to be clever with our alliteration, sir.
Bitch, you ain't even clever. You just long-winded. When it kicks off June 13th, you'll probably notice some cosmetic changes to the Summoner's Rift map. Riot Games is introducing sponsored arena banners, meaning that the battlefield will feature branding for various partaking leagues. Excuse me, I have hiccups. On-field advertising is a mainstay of traditional broadcast sports, so it's no surprise that Riot Games is experimenting with it. To be honest, it's a surprise it hasn't already happened. Our aspiration is to create an environment that exudes the energy found in traditional sports, Riot Games wrote in a statement, and will continue to work towards that goal. I'm sorry, but traditional sports doesn't allow you to eat cheese puffs and drink copious amounts of Mountain Dew in your mother's basement while you're flipping your dick and clicking on the mouse at the same time. I mean, baseball gets you close to that,
man.
But still.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry,
this ad spots to you by MasterCard.
I'm sorry, but any sport where you can die from a pulmonary embolism because you haven't moved in 2 days ain't a sport. Seriously, look it up. People in Japan die all the time because they play games for 24, 48, 72 hours straight, and they end up developing a blood clot because they don't move. And then when they finally get up, that blood clot shoots straight to their heart and kills them.
I've seen multiple stories on that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like you see that all the time.
Yeah, it's fucked. Any sport where that can happen from sitting, not a sport. It's at best a leisure activity. Congratulations, you're shuffleboard on the internet. Anyway,
Shuffleboard
on the internet. Interestingly, the sponsored banners will be public-facing only in order to ensure that a new visual model won't impact players' ability to practice and compete. Players won't actually see the sponsored banners while they're competing. They'll just see the standard models, which is lucky. I'd really like to. It'd really great to be at a crucial turn. I'm going to say this as it's written because it's fucking stupid. It'd really great to be at a crucial turn in an important match only to be distracted by ... the MasterCard logo. It'd really great to be at.
Wow, you're not even trying. Jesus Christ.
Sean Prescott, are you drunk?
Was there a sentence in there, or did I miss it?
It'd really great to be at crucial turn. Sorry, let me say this accurately. It'd really great to be at a crucial turn in an important match, only to be distracted by ... the MasterCard logo. Technically, it's a complete sentence. Although technically not, because he used colons when he's using an embed. You don't do that. You go full period, and then you do the embed. Secondly, it'd really grate. Did you mean it'd really grate the nerves? It'd really be grating. Both those could work. It'd really grate. Matt, you're really great to be at a crucial turn.
Yeah.
No, just you'd really be great. I guarantee you this is going to cause blowback.
Oh, no question. The question is sponsored ads, like ads and stuff like that. This happened before with NBA 2K did it at one point, I think. It was like the ads were blatantly...
They put the ads on the scroll on the announce tables.
I'm thinking of the thing right. Is that the loading right before the game? Is that what you're talking about? Like the little advertisement? That's where it happens, isn't it?
No, I haven't seen any of that. There's an announce table that you can see on most angles of the game, probably all, and it'll be like Gatorade, quench your thirst, or like Mac or something, and it's actual advertising through sponsors that they have. I've not seen any advertising in any loading screen, but they do have that in-game or that in-loading TV show that no one watches, that 2K experience, what the fuck it's called.
My 2K TV, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Bitch, no one watching you.
You'd be better putting ads there. At least someone would have something to say about it,
right? Just do like a bunch of like Carl's cheeseburger ads where fucking Kate Upton's eating sloppy burgers and just mess is getting all on her tits. I could get behind that. But yeah, like,
because nothing makes you want a burger more than that.
2K fans went fucking ballistic, and 2K fans are fucking dorks. Like, they're not even nerds; they're just fucking dorks. League of Legends is nerdgasm. It's super fucking cadafalistic expialidocious douchebags. Like, these dudes go fucking rager if you change someone's earring in game. Like, oh my god, how could you change it from a loop to a dangle? What the fuck? Now you're going to make people have to look at banners? Oh, they're going to be pissed. And you know what's funny? The attitude's going to be like, how dare you make this free-to-play game with ads?
Jesus.
Fuck League of Legends. Fuck the
to be fair, like how are you supposed to be? Are you supposed to be making money? But at the same time, blatant advertising is just blatant advertising. But what do you want from these things, people? Like, your game can't be funded unless it has the sponsors with which to fund it, unless you're paying for it. That's how these games work.
If you tell me I can play your game for free, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll either have to buy skins like in Fortnite. I'll either have to buy experience points to quicken things up like in like a mobile game, or I'll have to look at ads like in League of Legends or Dota. Fine. I accept that. But most people don't. Now, you'll get me on your bandwagon if you tell me that all this stuff, the skin purchasing, the fucking, data purchasing and the fucking in-game sponsors, and I got to pay $60. Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Where's the fucking torch? I'm going to help you commit arson.
Because there's just nothing feasible at that point. There's nothing like why would you make somebody pay for it, You're
just being a dick at that point. Speaking of being a dick, Last of Us 2 has apparently been banned in some countries. I don't even need to read this article. I'm going to tell you that every country that banned it either banned it for one of two reasons. One, it was super fucking violent, so like New Zealand and Australia, or it had a same-sex couple, so like most of the Middle East. All of the Middle East. Big chunks of Africa, probably Brazil as well. How right am I?
You're pretty much spot on, because the whole thing with the story to begin with, and I mean, if they didn't know this going in, they were probably planning on doing this since the game was revealed. I mean, for God's sake, you knew about it in the very first trailer at E3 when it was first shown.
So the UAE and Saudi Arabia has banned the game. Oh no. I'm fucking surprised.
But
seriously, this is not news. This is like saying there's sand in the Middle East. We knew this was going to happen. So this is weird. GTA 4 music update corrupts save files.
Yeah, that was a strange one. It had something to do with the I think there was a licensing thing that came up or whatever, and the fact that it wasn't renewed did something to mess with the music files in it, and when an update hit, people started losing their save data. I think that's what the whole gist of the story is about.
No, kind of, but no. The re-uploading of the songs caused the save data to be corrupted.
Gotcha.
Which makes sense, because when you have when you save something to your system, to your hard drive, you save it as is. So if you have a save file that doesn't account for certain files, that's what you get. So when you all of a sudden get these files thrusted in you, it fucks everything up. So this should have been expected. Honestly, I don't know why Steam didn't foresee this. But hey, I mean, there you go.
Because with any patch, you're liable to get some type of issues depending on what you're implementing.
Yup. That's why you shouldn't have to fucking patch the game up and just fucking let us have the game that we buy at fucking day one.
The only question I'm asking is with Grand Theft Auto 5 out, why are people still playing 4?
Because it's a vastly different game. It's not like 2K20 NBA and 2K19 NBA.
That's fair. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 4 is a different story with different characters, a different location. Sure, there's probably more to do in 5 than there's 4, but you're in basically LA County. I know they try to say that it's like all of California, but it's not. It's like LA County with some like aspects of like San Francisco and Big Bear. But in 4 you're in New York. So maybe people just like the aesthetic of New York. I don't know. Plus, there are still, especially online, there's still a lot of mods and shit for both 4 and 5 still. So it doesn't matter which one you play. There's still a lot of content there if you're a fan of modding. So I get it.
Well, then they're not like yearly releases either. That's another big thing too.
No, they're not. 4 came out in 2007, 2008. It's my cousin Nico Bellic. I wanted to fucking hang that dude.
Not one of your favorite people, huh?
Turns out when you let the cousin die, your fiance still doesn't want to marry you because she thinks you're a fucking bum. So I don't know. Yeah, the big crux of the game is you're at your wedding to this chick, and you can either save her or save him, and I forget how you decide it throughout the game. If you save him, she dies. If you save her, he dies, and she leaves you.
So damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, I always pick the cousin to survive then, because if I'm going to lose her anyway, I'd rather at least keep the one person who I can go commit mass murder with in her honor.
So some small light at the end of the tunnel then.
Right? Like, I look at it very mathematically speaking. I can either be hurt once or I can be hurt twice. I'm going to choose the once.
Small victory, I guess.
Basically. And then finally, this story actually is worth talking about. So there's a Skyrim grandma. I love when old people get on the internet.
Yeah, she's been streaming for a number of years, just in Skyrim too, which I find really cool.
Isn't there like an old dude that plays Dota on Twitch?
That I don't know. Like this is the only one. This is the only person I know of that does anything online that's like older.
Well, he's like this old dude who plays on Twitch, and that Keemstar dude accused him of being a pedophile when he wasn't. It's pretty fucked up. Keemstar had to like pay him money or some shit like that, I guess. But like, I love when old people pretend that they still have a life.
Well, wow.
That was a dick move. That was a dick
Yeah, no
joke on my
shit,
part.
man.
No,
That played well there, sir.
I know it played
well.
It played great. The jokes aside, I do love it because it kind of gives you this hope that, you know, once you hit 30, your life isn't over. Well, there used to be an idea 10 years ago that like the internet, especially for like content creators, was a young person's game. Jesus Christ, shit. So it's really great to see that people kind of glom on to anyone for any reason. So I think that's a cool thing. Unfortunately, this woman, you know, she's the Shirley Curry. I feel like we can make that a better name. Shirley Skyrim Curry. Shirley Scurry Curry. I can't think of it. It's there. I just need to find it. Shirley Curry, the Skyrim grandma, had to pull back from making videos because of negative and patronizing comments. So at first when I heard this, I was like, oh, they coming for her hard. They're coming for her soul. Like, god damn. What are they saying, Shirley? And Shirley goes on to say, they're telling me how to play the game. Wait. That's what it is? That's the big hate bomb? Hey, Shirley, try doing this? What?
There's actually a interesting thing about this is that when the article actually came out, she responded to the article directly, and this is, I believe I gave you the link for VG247, right? This is the link you have? Okay, when this article came out, first of all, they got her age wrong. She's actually 84, not 82. And on top of that, the whole story did not have a lot to do with trolling. It only like partially had to do with that. Primarily, it's because of her health. She was having a lot of issues with like blood pressure and things like that.
Well,
and
I saw the video, and she said that the comments were causing her to have high blood pressure. And she said that the comments were basically just people saying, hey, try playing this way, and that was upsetting her. So when I saw that, I was kind of like, huh. So it's not even like they're insulting her or harassing her. They're just doing what internet douchebags do, backseat gaming. I'm not sitting here defending these guys, mind you, or gals. I'm just saying, like, I used to have an Irish West fan community threatening to kill me every single Tuesday night because I had the audacity to critique The Flash. I'm just saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, on the insult Bechdel test, this is a 4. At best. A 2.5
This seems like
if it wasn't an 80-year-old.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this seems like something entirely feasible to deal with. Like, you could just flat out ignore it and it wouldn't even matter.
Right?
You know?
Now, if she's being... Because sometimes old people like to undercut how severe something is or over-exaggerate how severe something is. It's never just what it is. It's always something. Maybe she is getting those types of comments, but because she's a private person outside of streaming, she doesn't want to talk about it.
That's very
Fair.
possible.
And that's fair. I don't have a problem with that. But also, literally, like, she may have said something like, hey, Shirley, love your stuff. Maybe try chopping this with that instead of this. You might be able to do the thing you're trying to do a little bit faster. Love watching you play, Shirley. And then she looks at it and goes, those rapscallions are insulting me on the interweebs. Like, I don't know.
But you know for a fact, man, it's not always like that, though. It's
no,
not...
I know. What I'm saying is there's no context to what it's like, though. This woman literally said that she was being, backseat gamed, essentially. People were telling her how to play, and she didn't like that. Like, that's what I saw on the Inside Gaming Daily video that they posted about this. So it's one of those things, like, I thought this was going to be, like, a lot of, like, hate, but apparently it's just some constructive criticism. Maybe she's not good with that. I mean, I know whenever I constructively criticize someone, they don't take it well.
It's coming from a place of, like, being very kind of stubborn and set in your ways, too, when you think.
Maybe. It's entirely possible. I don't know this woman, though, But from her own words, it doesn't sound like these are terrible comments. Like, we've seen some pretty harsh shit, and maybe she's getting it. Like, let's be honest. We don't know. Maybe she is getting some pretty harsh shit. But she might be undercutting it in her delivery to the media. Like, yeah, I'm getting some stuff. My blood pressure too. I gotta step back. And everyone's like, oh, it's backseat gaming. She might be getting death threats. I don't know. I'm just saying how it sounds.
Yeah, maybe she only wants to uncover the tip of the iceberg because the rest of it might just be bothering her too much.
She might just want to keep it private because she's a private person. From what it sounds like it's backseat gaming, but who knows what it actually is. I think the best part about the story is that she's walking away because it shows that if you're having issues yourself, you can just take a break. Here's a woman saying, hey, I need to walk away for a bit. That's a good thing. Just 22
take the smart approach, man. Take the smart approach in a situation.
Follow Shirley's lead. Fucking walk away sometimes, turn off goddamn comments, and block anyone who's a fucking dick. I can't watch your videos. I'm blocked for some reason, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not actually blocked. I've never watched this woman's videos in my life.
I think what I find cool, though, is that she's actually going to be a character in an upcoming Elder Scrolls game. They're actually putting her in as an NPC, which I find to be pretty cool.
Granny goodness.
In the Skyrim game that'll come out, or whatever the sixth one's called, years from now, it's already planned that she's going to be some kind of non-player character in it. So it's got some
greatness.
It's really cool to see people who are older playing stuff like this too. Like,
it's one of
it's nice to see somebody get into something like. Yeah, okay. I just searched for this shit on. I just searched for.
Yeah, I know you
types
did.
Of videos. you know I did, man. I went look it up, man. I can't wait to see more Granny and Skyrim. Oh yeah, come on.
You said it, bitch. So YouTube.
You think I'm that pathetic? You think I'm that pathetic? Jesus Christ.
No, I think you're. So YouTube.
The fact that you couldn't go there means it's. Oh man.
Means it's worse than you know.
Oh, I don't want it to be. I really don't.
So what do we get this week? We got a few episodes. We got By the by, Titus has got one more episode left, and then he's done uploading for his TV show.
Yeah, because that show only had 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, 52, 53 episodes altogether. He just dropped 53, so 54. So there's 54. And the 54th episode is actually from earlier in the 3rd season, but because it had to do with sexual abuse, they weren't sure they were going to air it, And then after the show got canceled, they aired it in like June because they're like, fuck it. So technically it's the series finale, but it technically should exist earlier in the season. Because there's several references to it throughout season 3 that don't make any sense when you view it out of context.
I don't like it when shows air their like chronologically stuff out of order. You know, it kind of throws me off.
Well, damn, that's just how it is. Oh yeah, my caffeine's wearing off. Must fall sleep.
Time to go to bed now.
So let's see. So Battlefield 5, Matt McMuscle. I'm not really sure why he did this video.
It almost felt unnecessary and redundant, didn't it?
Yeah. Like, he's like, oh, EA had a deadline, and that's the reason why they didn't meet it. Well, why didn't they meet it? Because EA had a deadline. Well, why didn't they meet it? Because EA had a deadline. Super fucking riveting.
It's like, yeah, like, what's the punchline? What's the point that you're actually trying to make here that's relevant or important, things we don't know? Because isn't that the whole point of the series, is to go behind the scenes, not just tell us what we already know?
Yup. And that's why this episode failed.
Oh, it failed hardcore.
Let's see. We had a bunch of basketball videos. Sonic the Hedgehog ports.
Oh, that was fun.
I didn't vibe with this one. Not gonna lie.
Really? Really?
Yeah, I don't care about Sonic. I don't care about the 38,000 ports that you have. like Snoresville, man. Just fucking Snoresville.
I don't know. I like some of the jokes he made, at least towards the Sonic movie or whatever, when he said he liked it, but not as much as other people did. And it showed Sonic's face just like, really? That kind of stuff I appreciate. I don't know. It was a hit for me personally because I am a fan of it. So seeing that stuff.
Minnesota. Sci-Fi Wire did a great video of Moto Surf, the Surf Ninjas, Everything You Didn't Know video. The main character of Surf Ninjas was Kino from Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
And somehow Rob Schneider was a ninja too.
And he was 30. Did you watch that video too?
No, I'm familiar with Surf Ninjas. Okay. That's all.
Cinemassacre did a great video. Forgotten film franchises. Not really forgotten. I knew most of them, except for like one.
I had no idea.
Like there was one that I didn't know. It was like a Japanese mystery one that was in the 40s or some shit like that. I was like, oh, okay, you went kind of obscure on that one.
Always cool to see him do these kinds of videos, though. You know, to dive deep into like cinematic like film history and stuff. I feel like that's his bread and butter. That's where he shines.
These are the videos that keep me coming back. Sincerely. So the Punk Rock MBA did a great fucking episode where he reviewed the 8 ultimate Chad bands. Basically, it's a listing of bands that he thinks are super specifically like overly macho machismo kind of bands, and he does a great explanation on what a Chad band is. But when I saw that, I tweeted at him, really?
He made it just for you, my friend, just for you.
Right? He targeted specifically me, that dick. It's actually a really great video. He's super funny. Definitely worth checking out. Let's see. I think that's it. Rob Gavigan's back. The Bizarre Case of Natalie Bullinger. Seriously strange. It's definitely worth a checking out if you like the spooky ooky or the criminologies. You know, it's solid stuff there.
Both of which you're a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
I said both of which you're a fan of.
I heard you. That's why I said, mm-hmm.
No, I thought you said,
Nope.
That's why I said it again. Sorry.
So quick to put his 2 cents in this one. I think that's about it for me. I watched a bunch of stuff, but not a lot of stuff I would say is noteworthy for conversation.
Mm.
What about you?
Mine's pretty much on par with yours. Like the highlights for me this week were our Cinemassacre video. That was probably the top one for me this week. Battlefield 5 got such a letdown. Got some more stuff about Retrosoft Studio doing another developer vlog. I actually found their FAQ video to be interesting, talking about how like they came about the whole WrestleFest being a sequel to that and stuff. I found that to be some pretty interesting history on that. I thought that was cool. Scott DeWaz did a deep dive into compilations of games again, is volume 2 of it, and I find it interesting how so many different versions of these things exist and what little nuances separate one from being good just as good or worse than the other. It's pretty crazy stuff. Other than that, though, no, it was pretty much other than what you watched. Also, and my week's pretty stagnant. That's about it.
Ill Will Press, who does the Foamy the Squirrel videos, is doing a bunch of podcasts now. They're short; they're like 20 minutes long at best, and they're characters that he does on his Foamy the Squirrel series doing the podcast. So I find that shit hilarious. They're 20 minutes long. Go check them out. He did 2 this week. They're good. Ill Will Press. ILLWILLPRESS. Ill Will Press. So yeah, that's all I got for this week, man. Anything else?
No, nothing. I've been slacked on the article this past week because I got kind of addicted to a new game, and it'll be I'm posting it soon. Like it'll feature in there, so just be looking forward to that.
Well, you can check us out at the website at realnerdcorp.com, RealNerdcorp.com. We're on twitch.tv/Comic and Gamecore, youtube.com by searching Comic and Gamecore. We're on Podbean. Nope. We're on Spotify. There it is. And on iTunes by searching Nerdcorp, NERDCORP. We're also on Podbean at realnerdcorp.podbean.com or by downloading the Podbean app, signing up, subscribing, and logging in to a free account that you create right there on your little podcast-orama, your little thing that you download, you click in, you put your info in, and yada, yada, yada. Download us for free. The app is free. You just need a profile, that's all. Search for us on there at Real Nerdcorp or Nerdcorp. You'll find us. We're also on our other Twitch account at twitch.tv/WrestlingUnderground and youtube.com/The Wrestling Underground. Matt, what are your personals?
You can find me on Twitch at mnerdcorp, same handle on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at ChadNerdcorp, ChadNerdCorp, and on Instagram at Chad's Photo Hut. One last time, go to the website realnerdcorp.com, RealNerdcorp.com. So yeah, Matt, unless you have anything else you'd like to add, I think it's time to end the show.
Okay, well, we'll see everybody next week, and Chad's going to go get some much-needed rest, it seems like.
That was a terrible ending.